The News at 5 on 2 Works For You starts right now.
Never think it would get back $100.
And here it is.
Yeah. So now I got to tell my wife, sorry. She's right.
Filling up your tank without emptying your wallet. Drivers across Green Country are revving their engines in celebration of gas below $2 a gallon. What's fueling these falling prices? 2 News has team coverage. Plus,
we are tracking a winter storm, not a winter storm, it's actually a fall storm headed into the Midwest, but there might be some wintry weather just to the north of Green Country. We'll show you where coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Brett, thanks. You know, we're going to begin today with what everybody's talking about and that's the low gas prices. Looking behind me here at the Quick Trip right at I-44 in Peoria, $1.99 a gallon. Anytime it's under $2 a gallon, it just brings a sense of relief. It's an early Christmas present for drivers, but in a state like Oklahoma, an energy state, these falling gas prices could trigger hard times ahead. It's something we haven't seen in quite a while. Drivers almost giddy about gas prices. $1.99 brings a smile to the face.
Look, the price is so low, I couldn't get $20 in my car, and it always takes 20. It took $17.22. I guess I can have a sandwich.
But Oklahoma is an oil state, so it's a catch-22. Cheaper gas makes people happy, but it can take a toll on the oil and gas industry that drives Oklahoma's economy. Bob Sullivan's an independent oil and gas producer, and cheap gas is not good for him.
Well, it hurts us badly. Our revenue line, I looked at it this morning in our small company, and it's down by half on the top line, and the expenses stay the same, so the bottom line is damaged badly.
And he's not the only one concerned. State leaders say 1 in 6 jobs is tied directly or indirectly to the oil and gas industry. If the energy sector shrinks, that could mean layoffs and a shrinking tax base. We talked to leaders of state finance today. They say the state of Oklahoma can withstand about 6 to 8 months of low oil prices before it really begins to hurt. So if this is a small bubble, the state of Oklahoma will be fine. If this drags on for some time, we could really start to feel the pinch. So for the short term, enjoy it. But just know eventually it could bring a downturn to the economy that might take some of the fun out of filling up.
We can expect some belt tightening in the state level and personally.
All right, here's another way that this could affect you. You may recall that last year state lawmakers approved an income tax cut to the state income taxes if there was enough money. They're going to meet this Thursday to see if there is enough money for that income tax to be triggered. We'll keep you up to date on that. Well, not all Oklahomans are getting the Christmas present like we are at the pump, like the drivers here in Green Country. In fact, the average for a gallon of regular in Oklahoma right now is $2.27. That's the second lowest state average in the entire country, and today is the 48th consecutive day that the average price of gas has dropped nationally. It cost an average of $2.53 for a gallon of regular unleaded. Well, these falling gas prices are certainly taking the pressure off of the city budget, even allowing for a few more jobs. 2 News anchor Karen Larson is in our studio with more on the trickle-down effects of these lower gas prices. Karen?
Well, Russ, if gas and diesel prices stay where they are right now, the city of Tulsa could save more than $1.5 million by the end of June.
Tulsa buys lots of fuel to run the hundreds of vehicles in its fleet, more than 1 million gallons each of gasoline and diesel a year. The city budgeted $3 a gallon to cover fuel costs this fiscal year, but thanks to falling prices, it isn't paying that much.
Oh, we're almost in half now of what we were paying, so it's going to put us in pretty good shape, I think, to carry out the rest of the year.
Right now, Tulsa is spending about $1.60 a gallon for gasoline and $1.95 for diesel. They get it cheaper than we do because the city doesn't have to pay some state and federal fuel taxes. At current prices, Tulsa could save more than $1.5 million in fuel costs between now and June, the end of its fiscal year. Money not spent on fuel can be used elsewhere.
Public safety, fire and police, fixing potholes, street repairs, fixing water and sewer lines.
Fuel cost savings at the city's maintenance yard are helping to pay for repairs to keep the city's aging fleet running. Tulsa had budgeted about $500,000 for parts and specialized repairs this year. However, actual costs are more than twice that much. So the big savings at the fuel pump mean the department can cover those repairs without having to ask for additional funds.
And the city's fleet maintenance department is also using fuel cost savings to beef up staff. It has already hired 1 additional auto mechanic and is looking to add another.
And Karen, you know, drivers aren't the only ones who are doing a double take at the gas pump. We spoke with a Quick Trip spokesperson today who says this price drop is unlike anything he's ever seen because there is no outside factor like a natural disaster causing the drop. People filling up at the pump today were also, well, pumped.
It was costing me like $60 to fill up my car, and I just filled it up for $27.61. Yeah, I'm so excited.
Yeah, a lot of people are excited. Quick Trip expects prices to continue to drop over the coming weeks, and that's good news. You know, these low gas prices arrive just in time for the holidays, but that also means there's going to be a lot more people out on the road. In fact, according to AAA, 838,000 Oklahomans will be traveling by car for the Christmas holiday.
Record numbers of travelers across the United States for this holiday season, Christmas all the way through to New Year's. So the roadways are going to be packed.
Nationwide, AAA predicts some 99 million Americans will travel more than 50 miles this next week, and that's the highest number since the Auto Club started keeping track way back in 2001. We have continuing coverage of the falling fuel prices on our website. Check it out at kjrh.com. You can find the lowest prices in our area and see what drivers all around the country are paying. And coming up tonight at 6, the impact all this has on small businesses in our area. All right, it's been a sunny day, but it's been a chilly day out here. 2 News Chief Meteorologist Brett Anthony is tracking a system that could bring some changes. Brett, how we looking?
Oh, a cold rain on the way. No winter weather here in northeastern Oklahoma, but it'll be very close to us just to the north. If you were traveling to Nebraska or Iowa, you'd have to drive through some of that tomorrow night into Thursday. There's the next storm system. It's a California storm system. Once again, the moisture's increasing out ahead of it in the form of some cloud cover. So we'll see the clouds come in here overnight tonight. The temperatures will drop into the 30s. And so it'll be a day where we see the rain move in the afternoon. And it's about 39 degrees tomorrow afternoon with rain. How cold is that? And then watch this area up here in central Kansas. They get snow and a little bit of sleet that starts tracking toward Kansas City. But notice it stays north of our area. So maybe a couple of sleet pellets in places like Coffeyville or Independence, but really not a big deal. So no snow, just rain for us. The rain begins tomorrow afternoon. We'll have the latest future track. We'll play out where that snow goes across Kansas and Missouri coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Brett, thanks. 2 News covering stories making headlines in your neighborhood. City of Dewey announcing that there is a sales tax that is reached all-time high this month. The city collected more than $80,000 in December, and city leaders say they're optimistic that upward trend will continue.
We survive on the sales tax, and it's like a roller coaster ride month to month.
But right now it's up.
Yeah, we're at the peak right now, so we hope we keep climbing.
Yeah.
Tonight at 6, what city leaders attribute to the increase, plus find out what they hope to do with that extra sales tax revenue. Well, an update now to breaking news we first brought you yesterday during 2 News at 5. A man accused of defrauding hundreds of Oklahomans in a Ponzi scheme is now back behind bars tonight. 55-year-old Jimmy Morissette escaped Sunday night from a Texas minimum security prison. An anonymous tip led authorities to an abandoned house where he was hiding out. They were able to take him back into custody. Fire investigators trying to figure out what sparked an early morning business fire. No one was hurt. The only person inside was able to get out. He was taken to the hospital to get checked out. Firefighters say there were some challenges in getting that fire under control, but they were able to do it. Well, 108, that's the number of people who died in DUI car accidents since the year 2010. Today, the Stop DUI Task Force put up a tree of life at Woodland Hills Mall. It's to remind people of the dangers of drinking and driving. Under that tree, 108 presents, one representing each life lost, and it will stay up until the new year. It's right in front of JCPenney's. Meteorologist Brett Anthony working for you now with a traffic alert. Want to check in with him, see how the Wednesday afternoon drive home's going. Brett?
Hey, Russ, good afternoon, everyone. Just a couple of accidents, one near 31st and Sheridan, another one close to Interstate 44, but none on any of our major arteries are showing up at this time, so that is certainly good news. For a complete look at your daily commute, check out 2 News Today each weekday starting at 5 a.m.
All right, Brett, thanks. Pakistani leaders beginning to bury 132 children who were killed during an attack early this morning by the Taliban. 7 terrorists stormed their school, burning a teacher, murdering children, and sending a message of defiance to the Pakistani government. Soldiers rushed in, eventually killing them, but not before the death toll had topped 140 people. The Taliban is taking responsibility for that attack. Now, the local Palestinian community is, as you might imagine, both horrified and shocked by that attack on a school today. We spoke with the president of the local Pakistani American Society today. He spoke about the ruthless nature of the Taliban militants.
It doesn't matter, it's a child, whether it's a woman, it's a soldier, it is a man, it does not matter. and they are just coward people, they are just terrorists, and that's all they want to do.
Now, according to Dr. Hyder, there are approximately 400 Pakistani families here in the Tulsa area. He says that some of them do have connections to that area where that attack was carried out. Well, a big announcement today from Oklahoma State University and Tulsa Community College. They're opening the book for a less expensive college. We'll have the details straight ahead.
Thank you so much.
Well, And a widow's wish granted. Her husband served her country. Now, America's helping her this holiday season.